Name this favorite zombie. Arg, 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 arg.
Wreck-It Ralph?
No, it's the zombie for Joss Whedon's like company when he did Buffy and Angel.
Brains. What do vegetarian zombies eat?
I don't know.
Brains.
Oh my God. I apologize for the dad joke.
Come on. Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are
the NeuroNerds. Yes, that was on time.
I feel pretty good about that.
NeuroNerds.
Welcome to the NeuroNerds. And at this very moment, I'm being stared down by a live human. And who's
not a zombie.
Who's trying to turn me into a zombie.
Trying to turn him into a hamster.
Why?
Bippity boppity boop.
Oh, no. So we're talking zombies. So if you guys didn't know, I just found out about this very recently. And if you think about it, it makes the most sense. Zombies
may be
brain injury survivors. Well,
dun, dun, dun.
Not necessarily survivors, but they're not
yeah,
the dead.
We use the term survivors very loosely.
Very loosely. Like they're the undead. So they're neither living nor dead.
Right. They're the living dead.
Yeah. So the zombies.
Well, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's hi everyone.
Yeah.
It is October.
It is.
We are mid-October.
It's Rocktober. No? I thought it'd be like Rocktober because like we were excited that it's October. She's going to kill me, guys. I swear to God. One of these days.
It's going to be captured on air.
This episode, there's going to be an episode that's not going to be an episode. It's going to be evidence.
It's like a snuff film, except on sound.
Oh my God. Please don't kill me.
But no, yes. So one of the most beloved, maybe horror armies or characters or character types is a zombie.
Yes.
Like name your favorite zombie movies. Dawn of the Dead.
Oh.
Shaun of the Dead.
Oh.
World War Z.
Yeah, I love World War Z.
Even though their third act was a little rushed and weird.
It got so strange.
Actually, I believe it's UC Irvine, my own university, actually had a course on like World War Z and like surviving the zombie apocalypse. UC Irvine's a pretty cool school, guys.
Yes, they smoke a lot of weed over there.
Oh, shut up. No, they don't. They probably do.
They absolutely do.
Not my students. I teach at UC Irvine, not my girls. Mm-hmm. Moving on. Other favorite zombies.
The zombie from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, yeah.
In the support group.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, yeah, so zombies.
Zombieland.
Zombies have aphasia, which blew my mind.
He's getting ahead of ourselves, guys.
Because that is the single most amazing thought that I have had ever.
And it wasn't even your thought.
No, it wasn't. Like, just take a step back and think about like zombies. Like, they can't communicate.
Well, okay, you're getting ahead of us. We have to introduce everything in a nice, timely order. Otherwise, they're going to think we're having a stroke on air as we jump.
That's true. Well, this is just who I am.
It's just who you are.
Yeah.
But again, some of our other favorite zombies are like Zombieland. I think everyone has seen Zombieland.
Oh, Felice and I went to see it on Valentine's Day. The love story with Nicholas Holtz.
I don't know who.
Yes.
Is this a person?
No, yes.
You have the power of Google at your fingertips.
I do. I have every answer ever at my fingertips.
Like every
Warm Bodies.
I think like every kid's TV show at some point has some sort of zombie in it. One could argue mummies are a type of zombie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they kind of are.
Because what is the zombie? It's the reanimated dead.
Yeah.
Right. But that are not vampires.
Right. Well, can a vampire be a zombie? Because a vampire is technically the undead.
True. It depends on what your definition is, but it also could be on what they're seeking to eat. Whereas vampires need blood to survive. And there's many reasons why they might need blood, depending on their lore. And then there's zombies. There's one thing about zombies that we can all agree upon. It's that they all need brains.
Yes.
either to, right? Oh, I Am Legend. That's a zombie movie.
It's more, I thought it was like more vampire.
It's like a vampire
zombie. It's like
Maybe
it's like a hybrid.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Again, we're talking about where we don't always get things in time, but not when they're planned.
We have to have like a special noise anytime that happens. Like
it's like a honking horn.
NSYNC should just play.
Ba, ba, ba. But yeah, so there's all sorts of different zombies and different zombie tropes out there. It goes back to mythology as well about your raising the dead. A lot of this is present in voodoo and hoodoo. That the living, bringing the dead back to life.
Voodoo, the voodoo that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm singing Salt and Pepper.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Salt and Pepper.
So when we were researching this episode, because we love Halloween, I stumbled across a study from 2013. And it says, here's the title, guys. When I saw this, I clicked immediately. Zombie neuroscience inside the brains of the walking dead. Talk about another TV show that's all about the zombies.
Yes.
Right. And why do their zombies walk way so slow? Right. They're like the easiest to outrun. You can hear them coming and all you got to do is run away from them.
They're not just slow, they're loud.
Yeah, they're loud and slow. So you can hear them. I never understood why people got like so surprised that here are the zombies.
Oh shit, here come the zombies. Oh, okay.
You heard them 20 minutes ago.
Right. They're shuffling towards you.
Yes. Shuffling. That is the word. At least it's a trope.
You think there'd be a lot of static electricity, right?
As they shovel. Yeah, just put shag carpeting around your base,
Right. You would power
with
up the
wind
lights.
chimes, things like that so you can hear them. So this study from 2013 was neuroscientists from the University of San Diego and Carnegie Mellon University in grad school decided to mock up what a zombie brain would look like. And from there, they kind of just like went on with it, with trying to figure out what things are zombies suffering from. Right? So think about it. If a zombie was a real person, and so they shuffle, they can't speak, so their motor functions are kind of impaired, right? They can't speak. They drool.
I know what they're suffering.
Personality changes.
I know what they're suffering from already.
Right?
Heroin withdrawals.
Oh my God.
Right? Have you ever seen a meth addict? They're kind of The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's true. I mean, meth is scary, guys.
Oh my God. So I was just speaking of reading about random stuff, like meth is taken over. It's like, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Guys,
don't do
meth. Don't do drugs. Just smoke weed. Be fine. You're all good.
If you enjoy listening to this podcast, please consider leaving us a 5-star review on the Apple Podcast app. Your reviews help us grow and reach more listeners like you.
Find us by searching for the NeuroNerds on the Apple Podcast app today.
So one of the things that they say is all zombies, whether you are the fast variety or the slow variety, seem to have poor memory and lack the ability to plan as a group because they don't really have any social skills.
Yes.
Right?
They're very awkward zombies.
Mm-hmm. They also lack cognitive control, right? There's no delaying the gratification of warm human flesh.
Right.
And from what the scientists were saying is this suggests their frontal lobes probably aren't functioning correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, because that's where your impulse control is. This is, again, why if you get a lot of brain injuries to your frontal lobe, you can have permanent personality changes.
Yes.
And it can affect your ability to make good choices or check that impulse control.
Yes. There are a couple of famous athletes that had issues there.
Right. So then they go on to zombie communication or lack thereof. So it says here they made an educational video where they diagnosed zombies with basically having aphasia.
That's great. So now you know why I'm so excited and I jumped the gun earlier.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
So Joe, can you describe aphasia for everyone? For those that don't know what it means.
Yeah. So basically I'll like try to dumb it down because it's the only way I can.
That's the only way he understands
information in. It's you have the words, you just can't get them out. You can't. It's weird. So Sarah from the Stromies, she had aphasia. And when one of her things was her answer to everything, I believe was the freezer or something like that, like the icebox. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh, where is the freezer. Oh, where are you going today? The freezer. In her head, she had the words, but she can only say the freezer. Like when it came out, it just came out as like the freezer. Mm-hmm. Like you have all the words. You just can't. there's something missing from your brain to your mouth. Like it's the communication. There's a little glitch. There's a little hiccup.
Fact check. Aphasia is the loss of ability to understand or express speech caused by brain damage.
So again, those are some of the things that we think about zombies. Again, with the shuffling, the inability to speak, unable to check impulses, and like sometimes you get stuck on one thing, right? Like that kind of like, I need this. So those are our zombies. And so again, are zombies brain injury survivors too?
Gosh, they are. Like if we really, really think about it, like the impulse control. They have impulse control. So do most brain injury survivors. You just have like this thing.
Impulse control problem.
Yeah. So their impulse control problem is I see brains. I need brains. I'm going to get brains. Mm-hmm. And that's all they have. They're like attacky. They're grabby, and they're fixated on that one thing. So they're like, they're walking through spikes. They're walking through fire because they're just fixated on that one thing. They can't communicate. They can't say, hey guys, I want brains. You have them. I want to eat them. They can't say that. They're just like, that's just what I'm going to do.
And again, this isn't to say that people with brain injuries are zombies, guys. That is not what we're saying.
No.
We're trying to include this is a NeuroNerd neighbor, baby.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Another the
new thing. But when we think about, since especially we're in Halloween, what are some are zombies a real threat? Are zombies a real thing?
Yes.
And they are, because actually certain governments including the US government, they do have protocols for possible zombie apocalypses or problems. And because some are based on the fantastical, which is like World War Z.
Right.
But there are some real life equivalents to a quote unquote zombie person or a zombie pandemic. So Joe, do you know any possible real life zombies? Because I know quite a few. I mean types.
Have you ever hung out with a drug addict? Yes, there's plenty of zombies. No, but I do. I did my some reading. Now, did I retain any of the actual things? No.
I may have the answers.
The overall gist is there was it's like this worm thing, and it can turn snails into zombies. It can also do the same thing with ants.
It's a fungus.
Is it a fungus?
It's a fungus.
So it goes in and it goes into their brain and it makes them do things. And they're considered dead, right?
Yes. It says it's a fungus that infects carpenter ants and causes the insect to climb underneath tree leaves to die. And then the fungus sprouts a stalk from the zombie ant's head. Yeah.
So if anybody plays video games, there's a video game out there called The Last of Us. And it's a very similar thing. It's a fungus that takes over these people, and these people turn into clickers. They call them clickers because like that their mouths are like
lovely.
Yeah. Delicious.
There's also wasps that inject their venom into cockroaches and paralyze them. And the wasp drags the helpless roach to its nest, lays its eggs inside the abdomen. And when the baby wasps hatch out, they eat the cockroach alive from the inside.
That doesn't sound like zombies. That just sounds like torture.
Right. But a lot of what they call like the equivalent of a zombie is, again, where you're kind of like a puppet, where you don't have control of your limbs, of your body, is also a type of parasite. And there is a parasite that does affect human beings. I believe it's an amoeba. Sorry.
It's a dope record store here in California,
right? No, it's Toxoplasma gondii. Gondii, I don't know. But it can infect humans.
That's uncomfortable.
But beyond the realm of insects, there are a couple other cases where they are considered a type of zombie human. Again, there is the voodoo practice. Actually, some of that's been outlawed.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Where kind of putting people into like these trance-like states, bringing them close to death and these kind of things. And a lot of those practices are considered outlawed.
They should be. That's weird.
But yeah, again, not exactly a positive experience. Another one where they're saying probably the most real life way that we might have a type of zombie apocalypse is actually an outbreak of uncontrollable rabies. Because what rabies does to you.
No, wait, wasn't that what they chalked up in World War Z? What turned the people into zombies? Was it a form of rabies, or was that 28 Days Later?
I don't remember.
There was one of these zombie movies, and they mentioned rabies. I was like, that's actually really close.
Fact check. There is more information about the viruses from World War Z and 28 Days Later in the show notes for this episode.
They actually had this happen. I think it was somewhere in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
or it might have been somewhere like Haiti, where it was like a small group, and I believe in a village, everyone was infected with rabies because, humans can then transfer rabies once you get it if it's not treated immediately to another person because they have the need to bite, and it changes your personality.
You turn into a freaking zombie.
You do, and you become very aggressive. And some people are described as almost having super strength from this basic. It's a bacterial infection that's killing you, I believe, or is it a virus?
One
of those.
I had a theory about zombies.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I like how you say that. You're like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Bring on the dumbass theory. It's not a dumbass theory. It is a dumbass theory. But
yeah.
So you know how zombies, they just have like this just need to bite you, right? To become a zombie. Like they're making more zombies, whether they're doing it on purpose, but like they're making you a zombie, right? By biting you and you become a zombie, right? What if the other side of that, like in their brain, you know how like we mentioned aphasia, and aphasia you can't explain, like you're trying to talk, but you can't. What if in their heads, they're like, wow, Lauren, this feels amazing. You need to feel what this feels like. This is bliss. This is heaven. This is Shangri-La. And I want you to feel as amazing because this is so good. What if that's what they're trying to tell you? Like, what if being a zombie is Shangri-La?
It goes, I don't want to be in a cult. That sounds like a cult pitch, guys.
And they're biting you because they love you. And they're just like, I just want you to feel this. You need to experience this.
Well, kind of on that idea of a high, here is another recent, more zombie
I think, wait, can I guess?
What?
Is it bath salts?
No.
Oh, that's my guess.
No.
Because I was turning people into like cannibals.
No. So the way I know this one is because it's called the street name is after a certain type of reptile. So it's a drug from Russia, and it's called crocodile, after crocodile.
I've never heard of that. Again, Joe doesn't do drugs.
A flesh-eating drug.
Oh, why would you do? Why would you do that?
So what it's called? So crocodile is the street name for desomorphine.
Okay.
It has similar effects to heroin and morphine, because it's created in a chemical process primarily from a drug, usually codeine. Let's see. The short-term effects include relaxation, euphoria, slow and shallow breathing, and pain and swelling at the injection site. But the long-term effects can be blood clots, swollen veins, tissue damage, skin and muscle infections that cause black or green scaly skin around the injection site.
So you look like a crocodile.
Well, it looks then gangrene and death. And these are all of the thing. But the reason it's considered a zombie drug, because it makes you kind of go crazy. But on top of it, it causes necrosis, which is where your skin, around the injection site, overuse, actually starts to die. And what they'll see, they found addicts where literally the skin is black and dead around it, and you can see bone because it's eaten where the injection site is.
That's like a Requiem for a Dream with Jared Leto's character.
Jared Leto, kind of, but it's that same idea. Like it's just eaten all the skin. It's not necessarily gangrene, but like they have I saw a video of a guy who was being arrested, and it was in his forearm, and there was a full forearm, and then right by his elbow there was a whole like a 2-inch swath of skin and muscle missing. It was black, and you could see the white bone underneath.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah, guys. Again, this is like the under subtext of today is don't do drugs.
This is just an under subtext of life. Just stop.
I'm like that shit'll fuck you up, guys.
You're dying. You'll die.
Your skin is dying. You're turning into a zombie without the cool powers.
Like,
okay.
What could be that amazing? You know what I mean? Like come on, man. We are better as a people than this. We have to be. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. As a brain injury or a stroke survivor like myself, it's hard for me to get through reading books due to my injury. But with Audible, I can now enjoy as many books as I want just by listening. Before I started using Audible, I was having trouble reading my brain buddy Mimi Hayes' book, I'll Be Okay, It's Just a Hole in My Head. But once it popped up on Audible, I immediately put it on my wish list. Read Mimi's book with us. That's right, the NeuroNerds are forming a book club. What a great way for our brain injury survivor community to read books together.
And even if you don't want to read the book we're reading, with this free trial, you can select any book of your choice for free. Go to audibletrial.com/theneuronerds.
Boom!
So we're going to pivot onto slightly more positive aspects of zombies.
Yeah.
Because what's coming out related to zombies? Because it's Halloween time.
Oh, shit. We have a sequel to one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yes.
The sequel to Zombieland is coming out October 18th.
And it is Zombieland Double Tap.
Pop, pop.
Yes, because Double Tap is rule 2.
I think, isn't it rule 1? No.
Cardio is rule 1.
Cardio is rule 1.
No, rule 2 is cardio.
Is it?
I think rule 1 is seatbelt or always check the back seat.
Always check the back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So double tap. So like just because you think you got a zombie, you might not have. Go back. You might be wasting that other bullet. It's not wasting. You're making sure that the zombie's dead.
Aim for the head. And then on top of that, coming out tomorrow when this episode airs is Lupita Nyong'o's new movie, which is Little Monsters. And Little Monsters is, if I remember correctly, it's a slightly more lighthearted movie.
Yes, it is.
Kind of like what do you call it? Like a comedy?
It is. So like she's like, there's a bunch of kids, man. It's so weird. It's kind of like camping and there's like zombies and craziness going on. And she's still treating it like a camping trip. It's going to be amazing because it's Lupita and she is awesome at everything that she does. She was great in Us. She was great as Maz Kanata in Star Wars. She was awesome in Black Panther. She didn't really have a huge
She's Nakia. She needs a bigger.
She does.
She needs to be the queen now. Though I love Angela Bassett, Queen Ramonda. Ugh, love her cheekbones. But Nakia needs bigger. She needs a bigger role.
She does. And then 12 Years a Slave. She made me cry. She's just amazing.
She made him feel things. On top of that, Marvel is coming out with
Zombies.
Dun, dun, dun.
So it's going to be part of the What If series that they do, where it's like Marvel's What If. What if Captain America, the super soldier serum, went to Peggy Carter? What if instead of Thor,
Captain Hydra?
Yeah. Okay, what if instead of Thor picking up Mjolnir, it was Loki? That's one of the ones. So and then now it's what if? Oh no, there was one other one. T'Challa ended up being Star-Lord.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then
is Shuri Black
Shuri
Panther?
ends up taking over the mantle of Black Panther.
Yes, Shuri. Yes.
So that's going to be it's a really cool thing. So there's going to be Marvel Zombies where like all the Marvel people are zombies, which is awesome.
I mean, that sounds like it's going to be a fun time.
Because all of them, they all have brain injuries anyway. Have you seen some of the kicks and hits they've taken to the head?
Seriously.
CTE for everyone.
I know. At least Thor wears a helmet sometimes. And so does Loki.
Yeah, he wears a helmet sometimes and then uses his head as a weapon.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm like, Captain America sometimes wears a headache. Steve Rogers at least sometimes wears not a headache.
Yeah, he gets a headache afterwards.
Right?
When he was kicked in the head repeatedly or punched by Thanos' giant fist.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, he was hit in the face by a Titan.
Yeah, if that didn't cause a brain injury, I don't know what will. But it probably healed right away.
Very, very true. Very true.
But because we love zombies and they are now NeuroNerd neighbors,
yes.
basically. We have live on our website, guys, a special Halloween edition t-shirt for the NeuroNerds.
Correction. Our NeuroNerds merch is available at josorocks.com/shop. Not at our podcast website. Link is in our show notes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you want to celebrate, guys, that zombies are people too, and they are brain injury survivors too.
Yeah.
Go onto the website, check out this specially designed t-shirt for you guys just in time for Halloween.
NeuroNerd zombies.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you to our amazing community on Patreon for supporting this podcast.
You can support us too and get different perks and gifts depending on which Neuro Jedi tier you sign up for. For example, if you're on our Neuro Padawan $5 tier, then you're probably listening to this episode a day early before its public release.
Your support helps us grow and continue to create this podcast. Plus, a portion of the proceeds go to a different cause or individual in the brain injury survivor community each month. Sign up at patreon.com/theneuronerds.
But on top of that, on a more serious note, there are a couple special dates that are coming up this week as well. We have the 9th, which, so October 9th is National Stop Bullying Day.
Yeah, that's a big deal. You know, like,
Yeah.
yes, we joke all the time.
And we love our zombies, but this is why we're including them. We need to stop bullying zombies.
Yes. And also zombies, stop bullying us.
Yeah, just because we're alive, please.
but bullying, that's like it's a massive deal. It really is. Time to like step up our game. Let's put a stop to this. Let's be bigger and better than bullies. Ooh, it's a lot of bees.
That was a lot of alliteration. We have a lot of that going on today.
We do.
And on top of that, on the 10th, guys, it is World Mental Health Day. This is a super important day. If you suffer from any sort of mental health issues, which many of us do, whether it was without a brain injury or with, it is, a day to talk about, mental health, recovery, awareness, and what you can do to help others who maybe aren't ready to talk about their issues.
Right. And admitting that you need help and seeking help, that takes strength. It's not weakness. It really isn't. And I think we all need to do that. We need to do that for each other. We need to do that for ourselves.
Definitely. And, maybe this is a day to help inspire you to be an advocate for yourself.
Absolutely.
We always talk about being your own advocate because let's be real, guys, out there, it's really hard in the Gen Pop to make sure that you get the correct information or you're getting the correct treatment.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a friend of mine and she just recently got home from her stroke and she was talking about almost being embarrassed by showing how she eats because she's having trouble with the spoon and like grabbing it. And she was like, it's really hard for me to post. And she's like, and I want to get it out there because like I'm afraid to do this in public. And she's like, because people can be dicks.
Yeah.
They might stare.
Again,
hey guys,
with the bullying.
Yes. Don't be dicks.
Yeah.
Don't be dicks. Clear. Like, look, as we grow, it's not a reflection on the people that you're bullying. It's a reflection of you. Like the reality is you're weak. You're absolutely weak. You may feel strong in that moment, but you're not. We know you're going to go home and be sad and miserable. And the only way that you can feel anything good is to make somebody else feel as small as you, which is impossible because you're a tiny person.
Joe, were you bullied?
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
You were the bully.
I wasn't a bully. I really wasn't.
I was like bullied by like ostracization. Like I was like, I wasn't even enough to be bullied. Like I was ignored.
Yeah, that's rough. Well, I think that's what, look, we don't have to acknowledge bully. If you want to be a bully, you want to be a dick, cool. I don't have to acknowledge you. I'm living my life and living comfortably. You can keep on wasting your breath. I can't stop you from being an idiot. I can only control how I react to your idiocy. That's by not even acknowledging you. Just find your tribe, find your people, and be with them. And if you want, Lauren will come kick you in the face.
With high heels.
So no, I wasn't a bully. I just want to like full disclosure. I was not a bully. I was a good kid. My mom would beat the shit out of me if I was a bully. You kidding me? Are you a stroke or brain injury survivor looking for a community and support? Well, the NeuroNerds are here to help. Join our #USORock Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/USORock to connect with other survivors like you.
Plus, read other inspirational brain injury survivor stories on Joe's blog at josorocks.com/USORock. And submit your stories there as well. We want to hear them.
And remember,
you so rock.
Stop laughing at it.
All right, Joe, if you were a zombie, what fandom zombie would you be?
Oh, man. Oh, Resident Evil, for sure.
Oh, we didn't mention Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I was also thinking.
Not the movies.
No.
Not that hot garbage dumpster fire of a movie.
I was also then thinking about Doom, the movie Doom.
I only like that one scene. That
Which one?
The first person fight scene. Amazing.
Yeah.
It starred The Rock. Come on.
Well, yeah, but it was good. And Carl Urban.
I love.
And Rosamund Pike. Like, that was a great movie.
Have you seen the Boys?
Not yet.
So Carl Urban is, if you love
fucking badass.
If you love him now,
yes,
you will love him significantly more then because he speaks like in his natural tongue, and he's just
a Kiwi.
Perfect.
Well, Carl Urban for me will always be Julius Caesar, and he will always be Cupid from Xena.
He'll always be Dredd to me until now. Now he's the Butcher.
Ooh.
He's the Butcher.
So if I was a zombie, what would I be if I was a zombie?
I'd be like Nemesis in Resident Evil. Stars. Only the nerds will understand that.
I was like, ooh. I don't know. If I would be a zombie, I think I would want to be like a necromancer. Like,
yeah, you know what's funny? In my head, I was like, "There's somehow she's going to try to be like a sexy zombie." I guess a necromancer. That kind of you're.
I like raise the zombies.
You'll be like, "Hey, zombies, I don't know why I just picture you.
That would be like
your skin falling off on a pole.
Or it'd be like Hela, because she's like half dead on one side.
Hela is dope.
Like in mythology.
Yes, you would be Lady Death.
Yeah, there you go, guys. Haha.
Oh no.
Actually, I'm performing in a Halloween show at the end of this month when I get back from Spain.
That made me so uncomfortable. That's what you were rehearsing? With the blood?
Yes. We were just taking photos.
So uncomfortable with that. She posted some pictures and there's like blood everywhere.
Yeah, everyone messaged me and they were like, are you okay? Because I, of course, posted something like, how do your pole classes end? Nope. And everyone's like, your classes end in blood? I'm like, oh, shit.
I did not think, is she okay? All I was thinking, are they okay?
But no, so I am actually playing the embodiment of death and more like evil, sinister death. So kind of like Mephistopheles.
As opposed to that like really good-hearted death?
Well, like Thanatos, who is like the spirit of death, the god of death, or something like more like I don't know, something, right? Or I'm not a psychopomp, which is like the guide, like the person who guides like the boatman or the Grim Reaper.
Oh, the dude that you bring the coins to and he puts you on the boat through the river Styx?
Yes.
Oh, Joe knows shit.
Yeah, across the river Styx. So I'm not playing that, but I
love how I got something nerdy and you still corrected me. Not through, across. Joe, you idiot. You buffoon.
But basically our show is called, it's a vampire rock opera is that we're doing. So it's a circus show and everyone's performing. I'm literally flying in from Spain the night before the show.
I'm going to be exhausted.
I'm going to be exhausted, which will be great because I need to look sunken and very like sunken eyes and tired. To be playing.
Please be hungover. That would be even better.
So I'm playing. Basically, I'm closing the show. I am performing to Queen, and I am basically the final tempter to try and bring our hero into the fold of the immortal undead. And so I am the embodiment of darkness, the shadow. I am the night.
So it's obviously just going to be a day in the life of Lauren Manzano.
Right. And so it's going to be amazing. I am basically darkness. So that's why I'm like, yes, I am a necromancer. And it
looks dope. I'll tell you what's really, really cool. And I don't know any names, but I'll just tell like the little story. So Lauren met someone in her class that had a concussion like her. And she was like, oh yeah, it was like cool. We connected. Yeah. I was like, oh, and she let me read the message that they had going back and forth. And the woman was like saying some of like the things that she was feeling. And in my head, I was like, oh yeah, that's Lauren's gone through that. That's a concussion thing. And now they can talk about it. Like, this is this beautiful moment. And I'm scrolling through the message. And then there's like a picture from the woman responding to her Insta story. And it's like, beautiful message, beautiful words. And then Lauren covered in blood, half naked, covered in blood. And then it was like, oh, it was so nice meeting you. It's so weird.
I'm like, my name is, I am not, was it Jason Bateman? No, American Psycho, Bateman, right?
No, Christian Bale.
Yeah, but his name, the character's name.
Oh, it is Bateman. Yeah. I don't think it's Jason Bateman.
Yeah, but it's Bateman, yes. Right? But so I was like, I didn't just kill someone with plastic wrap, though there will be some of that in the show.
Oh, is there really? Yeah. Oh my God. Why am I so nervous? Why do I feel like somebody's actually going to die? Please don't kill anybody.
I'm not planning to.
Well, there's that.
Right? There's no premeditated anything going on, guys.
Cut that out.
There you go.
So this has gone off the rails as it normally does. Most importantly, zombies are NeuroNerds too.
Yep.
Right. So yep. I'm very happy to introduce the world to the NeuroNerd zombies and the NeuroNerd zombie T-shirt that'll be out like now.
Yeah. So make sure to go onto our website, grab your swag.
Yes. And I'll also, I want to just talk about my zombie joke again. Oh, God. Come on. Zombies eat brains. Vegetarian zombies eat grains. Come on, man. That's so good. That will not
be on the shirt, guys.
It's so good.
Not on it.
It is brilliant. Thanks to our sponsor, Avid Technology, for providing us with the tools, or should I say, pro tools, to record, edit, and mix our podcast and get our message out clearly to the world.
Try Avid first to start recording today for free at avid.com/pro-tools.
Yay.
Yay.
And on that brilliant, amazing joke, shouting out our socials. You can follow Lauren and her world travels on Instagram at Lauren L. Manzano. You can follow me at Joso Rocks everywhere. You can follow us at the NeuroNerds everywhere.
Yep.
And on this undead, amazing episode of the NeuroNerds, both of these live
Yes.
NeuroNerds are out.
Arg. Arg.
Are they pirate zombies? Did you say arg?